SMG ammos. We have a lot of different ammos to cover, and in general, an SMG's effectiveness in this game is largely linked to the ammo that is available for it or the ammo that it shoots. Starting with the ammo for the MP7. This is 4.6 by 30, and only 3 of these you really need to know about. Starting with subsonic, this reduces your recoil but has a low velocity. This is your first good ammo, and it's available from Mechanic Level 2. Some people prefer subsonic as their primary ammo for the MP7. That is totally fine. The philosophy there is that if you can control the recoil and land a headshot, you win the fight. That is fine and good. I personally don't like subsonic. I prefer FMJ. Speaking of which, FMJ SX. In my opinion, this is the primary ammo you should be using with the MP7. It is available from Peacekeeper Level 3, and it is excellent. It has good penetration, and it does good damage. This is the main ammo that I use, and I think it's a really good one. APSX. I actually do not like this ammo. I have been both on the giving and the receiving side of an APSX headshot, and I can tell you that the frustrating thing about this ammo is its base damage is 35. Your character's head hitbox is 35 points of health. So if there is any damage fall off at all, the APSX round might penetrate through the helmet easily, but it will not convert the headshot into a kill, which is unbelievably frustrating. So in my opinion, I think the APSX round is not very good at all, especially since you have to craft it or find it in raid. I would much rather prefer FMJ SX. The reason why AP ammo could be considered better is because it is more effective versus level 6 armors because it has higher penetration. This is great if you're gonna light up someone in the thorax, for example, with an SMG. However, something conceptually for me about the fact that you can land a headshot and have it not converted to a kill is unacceptable. This is probably due to my background as being a Counter-Strike player, and I know there have been millions of times where I have dinked an opponent with like an M4 in Counter-Strike, and they have killed me with an AK because my dink does 91 damage and their AK does more than 100. So to me, I've actually had PvP encounters in Tarkov where someone has headshot me with an APSX round, and I've killed them because their headshot didn't kill me. And I've also been in situations where I've headshot a PMC with APSX, and then I realized they didn't go down. They're still up. So for me, APSX, I cannot use it. I don't recommend it. Maybe you like it. Maybe it works for you. I don't like it. I like FMJ. I'm going to keep using FMJ. And as far as Action SX from Mechanic Level 1 or Peacekeeper Level 2, you could consider this the flesh ammo of the category. However, it's not very good. In my personal opinion, if you only have access to Action SX, don't use the MP7. Wait until you have subsonics and then use subsonics. That's just my take on it. So as far as how are we ranking these, Action SX is going into F tier. Subsonic is going into C tier. Please note that there are some people who really like subsonic and they would rank it higher. That's totally fine. I am not a subsonic enjoyer. For me, it's going into C tier. FMJSX is extremely good. It's available from the traders. You can get it in bulk. You can like put it in your stash. It is going into A tier. And APSX for me is going into B tier. I do not believe that this is an ammo that is worth crafting. If you are going to be using your workbench to craft, you should definitely do 7.62 by 39 BP. I know I'm a broken record about this, but that ammo is literally absolutely broken, and this ammo is just not as good by comparison. Just not as good. 9 by 21. This is what we're using in the new SMG, the SR2M, otherwise known as the Veresk. Only two of these ammos really matter, starting with PS Ammo from Prapor Level 3. This is your first good ammo, and this is likely the only ammo you will use with this weapon. It's the best ammo that's available from the traders, and you can buy it in reasonable bulk if you purchase it every reset, so it's good ammo. It's what I use to complete the quest Test Drive Part 2. PS Ammo is fine, it gets the job done. It's not great, but it's okay. The best 9x21 ammo is actually BT, which does have a tracer, but the larger negative of this ammo is you can only reasonably obtain it through crafting. It is good ammo, but I don't think it's worth taking the time at your workbench to craft it. Maybe if you're stuck on quests like Test Drive Part 2, you'll want the better ammo to make sure that when you do have an opportunity to make quest progression, that you have the ammo to secure the kill. For that purpose, sure, it's reasonable. I could see, like, in order to progress your quest, you might want to craft some of this to use it, but in general, I don't think this ammo is really worth crafting, other than, like, from a quest progression standpoint. Even for quest progression, I had no problem securing kills with PS ammo. I think PS ammo is fine. As far as the other two ammos, P ammo is just simply bad. It's available from Prapor Level 1. It's just bad. PE ammo, you can think of this as the flesh ammo of the category. I still also don't think it's very good, but it is available from Prapor Level 2. As far as how we're ranking these, PE is going into F, but you can think of it as F+, because it's technically the flesh ammo of the category. P ammo is going into F. PS ammo is going into B, because it's actually pretty reasonable ammo, but not anything exceptional. BT is going into A. It is good ammo, but you have to craft it, so that's the only real negative, and maybe crafting it is not worth your time at the workbench. 9x19. This is broken into two categories because there's actually 8 of these ammos available. We're going to talk about the air quotes penetration ammos here first. As far as your ammo progression, your first ammo is going to be GT, which is Green Tracer from Mechanic Level 1. This is not good ammo, but this is your starting ammo as far as your progression. From there, you go up to PST, which is below average. However, it is available from Prapor Level 2, Mechanic Level 2, and Peacekeeper Level 2. Sometimes I still use PST ammo, mainly because the next one, AP 6.3, is not really that much better. AP 6.3, this ammo is available from Peacekeeper Level 3, and it is really, really meh. What I mean by that is it's not impressive, it does not feel good. There have been multiple times this wipe that I have headshot another PMC with this ammo, and they have completely shrugged it off because their helmet just deflected the shot. There have been multiple times this wipe where I have used AP 6.3 ammo and it has let me down. AP 6.3 is really not very good at all. I'm glad you can buy it from traders. This is probably the best ammo you can get from traders, but it is, to be clear, it's just simply not good. It's what really hurts 9x19 guns in general in the game, because this ammo is just not effective. The ammo that you want as a 9x19 enjoyer is PBP, which is from crafting only. This actually is a good ammo, but you do have to craft it, so that is the negative. Next up, we have the 9x19 flesh ammos. Quickly, let's get PSO out of the way. PSO is bad. It is available from Prapor Level 1, Jaeger Level 1, and Peacekeeper Level 1. It's not technically a flesh ammo, but it's bad. Let's just get it out of the way. Now to move on to the 9x19 flesh ammos. You can think of Luger CCI as being the weakest flesh ammo in this category. It's available at Skier Level 4. Quake Maker is the medium tier flesh ammo, available from Peacekeeper Level 3. And RIP ammo is the strongest flesh ammo, which there actually is a strong argument for why you would use RIP over AP 6.3, because if AP 6.3 isn't going to penetrate anyway, you might as well take the massive flesh damage that is RIP ammo. So RIP actually does make sense. Sadly, it is crafting sort of only. There is a barter trade for it with Skier Level 4 and Jaeger Level 4, but The barter trade from Skier I don't think seems to be really worth it, because Striker cigarettes can be used to barter trade for BP ammo for the VSS or the ASVAL. However, the barter trade for Jaeger does seem worth it because these little cans of green tea are pretty easy to find and they're relatively cheap. One important thing to notice is that when you do perform the barter trade, you will get a box with 20 rounds of ammo in it, and you can do this barter trade 5 times. So each lockout, you can only get a maximum of 100 RIP rounds, at least from Jaeger. If you think about Skier, you are allowed to do this barter trade 8 times. However, this is the one that I think is less worth it. Also, you can just purchase RIP ammo from the flea market if the prices are not unreasonable. So how are we ranking this? GT and PSO are really bad, F-. Luger CCI and Quakemaker are F. PST is reasonable, but it's still below average, so it's going into D. AP 6.3 is honestly a very disappointing letdown, so that is in C tier, which I consider to be like relatively the average. RIP ammo is pretty good, but it is flesh meta, so I mean, it's up to you. If you like flesh meta, RIP ammo could be higher on this list, but I do not like flesh meta, so for me, RIP ammo is going into C. I can see an argument why you would say RIP could be in B. I'm not putting it there, but I can see an argument for that. PBP is craft only, but it is actually good ammo, so it is going into A tier. I don't believe that it's worth crafting, but if you really love 9x19 guns like the MP5 or something, and you want to have good ammo, PBP is the way to go. 5.7 by 28, this is your P90 ammo, and also your 5.7 ammo for the pistol. I have this broken into 2 sections. We're going to talk about basically the good P90 ammos and then the bad P90 ammos. As far as your ammo progression, there are 2 ammos you can get at Peacekeeper level 2, but they are both bad. The real progression starts once you get Peacekeeper level 3. Because at Peacekeeper level 3, you get your first good ammo, which is L191. This has good velocity, and this has a tracer. But this is your first good ammo. It's pretty reasonable, and you can buy it in a large amount, assuming you can buy it before it is, out of stock. At Peacekeeper level 4, you get SB193, which has lower velocity, but it reduces your recoil. This is also a good ammo. For certain reasons, this is better than L191. It is better in terms of penetration, and it's better in situations where you do not need the higher velocity. So, for example, any kind of CQB, close quarters battle, this ammo will be better than L191. L191 would be better, for example, of taking out sniper scavs, or maybe you want to take it to a map that has more distance, like woods or shoreline. However, for close range engagements, SB193 will actually be better. The ultimate P90 ammo, though, is SS190, which is crafting only. I do not think it is worth crafting, but it is the ultimate and best P90 ammo. It has good damage and the best penetration, as well as a reasonably high velocity. So SS190 is really basically the best ammo that you would be using with the P90. It's a shame you can't buy it from traders, because I think it would be actually pretty balanced if it was available from traders. However, it's only available from crafting, so that is the big negative about it. Now for the P90 bad ammos. SS197SR is available from Peacekeeper level 2. It is bad. SS198LF is also available from Peacekeeper level 2, and it is also bad. In terms of the flesh damage options, R73.X from Mechanic level 3, you can consider this your easier to obtain but weaker flesh damage ammo. If you really want to go for flesh damage with the P90, which I don't recommend, you would want to use R37F, which is flesh damage ammo from Mechanic level 4. It is actually locked behind a quest. It is locked behind Gunsmith Part 9, but this is your strongest flesh damage ammo for the P90. Not that that's recommended, but it is available. Alright, so how are we ranking these? Your good ammos are L191 and SB193. These are both going to be in B tier. SS190 is your best ammo, and it is going into A tier. The other ammos are all going into F tier. So, SS197SR, F tier. SS198LF, F tier. R37.X, F tier. R37.F, also F tier, with the note / mention that R37F is your best flesh ammo if you require such a thing. 45 ACP. Pretty much your ammo progression with this is you start with FMJ at Peacekeeper level 1, and that's pretty much all you need. You can upgrade to AP ammo through crafting, and if you're interested in flesh meta or flesh ammo, I guess the progression for flesh ammo would be FMJ at Peacekeeper level 1, then Hydra Shock at Peacekeeper level 2, then Rip ammo from Mechanic level 4. To note, Hydra Shock and Rip, these are both actually pretty good ammos. I'm just not a fan of flesh meta in general, leg meta as they call it. I'm not a fan. To go through them individually, Rip ammo is your best flesh damage. Hydra Shock is an okay flesh damage. Laser Match has a tracer, but it's just simply bad. I don't recommend Laser Match. FMJ is great. It's very cheap. It's very accessible. It's a good ammo. It's the one that, you know, mainly people would use in budget kits with like the UMP and stuff like that. FMJ is actually really good. I would say don't be sleeping on FMJ. It's a good ammo. Like really, truly, it's fine. Not the best for penetration. It is important to note that FMJ is not the best for penetration, but it is a good ammo, and it's a wonderful budget option. And AP ammo, that is actually good ammo, however, it is crafting only, so that is the negative for that. And since I'm an absolutely broken record, I feel it's important to say once again that I don't think this ammo is worth crafting. There's other ammos that I think are more important to craft to spend the time at your workbench. So how are we ranking these? Laser Match is absolutely the worst. It is going into F tier. Hydra Shock is a reasonable ammo going into D tier. FMJ is great from a budget perspective, so it is going into C tier. And Rip is good from a flesh damage perspective. If I was a fan of leg meta, I think there's a strong argument for why you could place Rip higher. For example, put Rip in B tier. Kind of similar story with our 9mm friends over there, our 9x19 friends. But I don't like leg meta. I just don't. That's my biggest character flaw. So I'm putting it in C tier. I mean, it's fine. It's a reasonable high ranking. You get it. It's okay ammo. It's fine. And AP ammo is obviously the best. However, it requires crafting, and it is not worth your time to do the craft. And that's it. We're done, right? Wrong. 762 by 20 something some TT. 762 by 25. This is the ammo for the PPSh, otherwise known as the PPSh or the Popashoft. I'm probably saying it wrong. I think they probably could have just put one ammo for this gun in the game, but instead they put what is this, 7? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7. So let's talk about them. As far as your progression with this ammo, if we're taking this seriously, AKBS from Prapor level 1 is probably your go-to penetration ammo until you unlock PST ammo from Prapor level 2, which is behind a quest. It is locked behind the quest The Punisher Part 2. If you're looking for the penetration playstyle, you're going to want PST from Prapor level 2, which is a quest unlock from The Punisher Part 2. If you're going for flesh damage, you can start having fun right away, because the best flesh ammo, LRNPC, is available from Jaeger Level 1. All the ammos in between, they're just simply not as good as the two ammos on the top and on the bottom. So if you want penetration, go for PST. If you want flesh meta, leg meta, go for LRNPC. PT, P, AKBS, FMJ43, LRN, these are all just kind of bad ammos, and you don't really need to know about them other than to know to avoid them, I guess. Memeing and information aside, to be clear, all of these ammos are pretty bad, so even PST is not a very good ammo. LRNPC is probably the best ammo in this category, but it's flesh damage, which I don't like. Alright, so let's quickly rank them. PST is okay. It's going into D tier. It is locked behind a quest, which is kind of annoying. It's not good ammo, but it's D tier. LRNPC, this is actually probably the best ammo for this category. It is a flesh ammo. It's available from Jaeger Level 1. Now, all of the very, very bad ammos, PT, P, AKBS, FMJ43, LRN, these are all going into F tier. 9x18. And I did need to consult the game's wiki for this. If you don't know, there is a wiki for this game. It has a lot of really good, useful information. The reason why I had to consult the wiki for this one is because there are so many of these ammos, and some of them, I don't think I've ever used them. I know, obviously, for my testing, I did actually use these in offline raids, but, like, you could go your whole Tarkov career and not touch these ammos, and you'll be totally fine. You'll be completely unaffected. You'll have a great, wonderful Tarkov life. You don't need to know about these ammos. But now you will, because I'm going to talk about them. As far as your ammo progression in the 9x18 category, PST from Prapor Level 1 is probably the best level 1 trader ammo, but if you want to do the penetration playstyle, the best ammo that you're going to be looking for is PBM, which is in Prapor Level 2. It is locked behind the quest Glory to CPSU, whatever that means. If you do not complete that quest, then the next best ammo would be PSTM, which is an overpressured round from Prapor Level 2. What does overpressured mean? It means it can only be used with the Klin. It cannot be used with the Kedr. All these other ammos, though, BZHT, RGO28, from Prapor Level 2s, both these ammos, not good. PPT, PPE from Prapor Level 1, not good, not good. As far as the flesh ammos, or at least the bottom 7 for penetration, PRS, PS, PPO, PPSO, all from Prapor Level 1 are very bad. If you're looking for flesh damage ammo, you're looking at SP7 or SP8. Funny enough, you are also looking at PSV from Jaeger Level 1. I have it here marked as bad, but PSV from Jaeger 1 would actually also be pretty reasonable flesh damage ammo. SP7 from Prapor Level 2 is the better ammo, so I'm pretty sure it does more damage. It is also locked behind the same quest as the other one. However, if you do not have that quest unlocked, you can also buy SP8 from Prapor Level 2. So really, there's only 4 ammos, maybe 5 ammos in this category that actually, like, air quotes, matter. Alright, so ranking the ammos. PBM is probably your best ammo, locked behind the quest Glory to CPSU. It is from Prapor Level 2. If you don't have that unlocked, your next best would be PSTM, which is an overpressured round. That means you can only use it with the Klin. Other than that, your next best would probably be PST as far as the penetration playstyle. For flesh damage, your best ammo is SP7, which is Prapor Level 2, also locked behind the same quest as the other one. The next best would be SP8 from Prapor Level 2, and the honorable mention would be PSV from Jaeger Level 1 as an also alternative flesh damage ammo. With that, that's all I got. These are the SMG ammos for the weapons that I covered in my previous project, which is the SMG's tier list video. Some ammos that are missing are like 9x39 or 300 Blackout. These will have a separate video where I compare them to their more comparable counterparts. So for example, 9x39 is comparable to 7.62 by 39, and 300 Blackout is comparable to 5.56. So those will be a separate project. Probably I'm going to call it something like a miscellaneous ammo tier list or whatever. But as far as SMG ammos, this is what I got, and that's it.